Low libido wife was S-Sing, became high libido? Is this cheating? What's going on? So this is a super weird story that happened 5 years ago, but I'm still not over it. In the last 15 years I worked on my career, became a surgeon, income increased, lifestyle improved. My wife stopped her career, we have 2 kids, she was home most of the time. Our S-time life was boring, I was high libido, she was low libido. Most of the time I initiated, it was like maintenance S-time. Suddenly, 5 years ago she became a S-time maniac. I mean, like, she started giving me BO jobs and demanded S-time several times a day. Even for me too much. A few weeks later I found out that she was S-timiting with a random guy from another country. Like hard S-timiting, she sent him nudes, close-up pictures. In the same time she planned a trip with some female friends to this country and wrote him to meet her. They made plans for meeting, looking for a hotel. The interesting thing is this guy is a laborer without any education, divorced, has a child, from a pretty poor country. He is not good looking, muscular. She even offered him to pay for the train ticket to the town where she was supposed to be. So in terms of S-time life I had the time of my life for several weeks. Then she went on a short trip, and I discovered her S-timiting on her computer. I confronted her, she was sorry. She said that it was only for her S-time arousal and compared it to reading an erotic book. It was becoming harder and harder with time, because she needed more and more arousal. She said that the planned meeting was fake and she would never do it, but she needed more stimulation, and our S-time life is great now. She stopped with the S-timiting, but the guy obviously fell in love and started to threat her with blackmail and sending the nudes to her friends and published the photos all over internet with her name. After several sleepless nights he stopped and they never contacted again. So she told me that she was sorry and stupid. I told her that I forgive her and everything was fine. But it wasn't. 1. Our S-time life came back to normal 1-2x month after a few weeks. 2. I never really trusted her since. I feel like it was some kind of cheating. So when she started to have high libido 4 months ago again I sensed that something is going on. This time she was into a foreign classical music artist. She even invited him into our house. I agreed, but fortunately he was a total jerk and only used her help and my money to push his career further. I checked her phone, found some mild flirting at the beginning but then nothing. He left, she somehow felt abused by him. Again, she said that it was only about the music and she was stupid and this time it wasn't S-time. Our S-time life is great again, so I shouldn't complain. But why do I feel bad? I'm also afraid that her libido will go down again after a few weeks. I must add that I'm super supportive, I love her, I adore her, I tell her that she is beautiful, I really mean it, I support her in every possible way. I do not force her to have S-time with me, I never did. She says that she doesn't know what's going on with her, she says that she loves me, she never wants to leave me or me to leave her or be with any other man. I'm in therapy because of a mental breakdown in December, job issues resolved, and at the same time the classical artist issue also resolved and low self-esteem. She refuses to see a therapist, but she admits that something is wrong with her. Edit. The first time she was in another country, not in Russia, so I am confident that she didn't cheat. However, I am convinced now that she cheated emotionally with the Russian caveman. The second time, she was flirting with the artist at the beginning of her contact with him, but later stopped. He is super strict Catholic, 15 years younger, and he told her to stop, so she did. Later when he visited us, she was taking care about him all the time, showed him our city, invited him to dinners, and he used her in financial matters, took some money for gifts and didn't give it back, then left for his country. He also wrote to his friend she found out by coincidence that she is like a journey older women. She was completely devastated for 1-2 weeks because she really did much for him and to promote him. But she told me everything and repeated many times that it was only about the music. I don't know. The artist issue started 4 months ago and finished 3 weeks ago. For 4 months our S-time life is great, like 5 years ago, but not that extreme. I'm very satisfied. Every day she is cuddling, telling me that I'm the only one, that she loves me. We have S-time every second day, which is perfect for me. In December I had a mental breakdown due to job issues and the artist issue, but I recovered with help of intensive therapy. I think that she has some problems with her body and that she was bored. I am a type of person who tries to understand a problem, and I am not following the current trend to divorce immediately. Even if she would duck a guy, I would give her a chance. Everybody can make a mistake. I will try to save the marriage and I will define the limits. I already told her what my limits are. If she will cross it again, I will separate and then probably file for divorce. Thanks for all the comments and advice. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, you know what else works like an erotic novel? An erotic novel. You know who doesn't post your consensually sent nudes all over the internet via blackmail? An erotic novel. Redditor 2, op. You are her financial and emotional safety net. Unfortunately, you don't excite her sexually or arouse her emotionally. She needs IC to fix this or it will get much worse. Redditor follow-up, and I don't even think she's in love with him. If she loved him, she wouldn't have cheated on him twice. Op needs to wake up and smell the coffee, because it's only a matter of time until she finds guy number 3 to cheat on him with and maybe eventually leave. Redditor 3, yikes. Let's be very clear here. She cheated twice. The first involved sharing intimacy with another man and the second was emotionally. Don't be under any delusions that this wasn't clearly infidelity. Not romance novels. She shared her body with another person, digitally, so she won't do any personal work to figure out what is going on. Then she will get worse, not better. This has been 2 attempts to cheat. She isn't going to magically stop. In fact, the opposite. She will get worse until it finally turns physical. Something is wrong mentally with your wife. And she shows zero desire to fix it. Which means you can expect more trauma coming to you soon. Your wife has an illness deep inside her. She can hide the symptoms for a while, but ultimately that illness comes back out. Your kids deserve a healthier household. It's clear you are struggling due to her actions. Without some serious changes, they will grow up and have their own struggles in relationships due to the poor example y'all have set. You don't trust her and are unhappy. That is manifested out in this relationship. It seems clear that she doesn't have a low libido. She just has a low libido for you. Redditor follow-up, exactly. He should seriously consider STD and DNA tests as well. I have a hard timing believing she never physically cheated. Redditor 4, the high libido will disappear until she finds another guy who arouses her. Not her husband. She is thinking of these men while ducking you. You need to stop sweeping this under the rug. It's emotional cheating that definitely would have become physical if they had met up. Don't kid yourself on that. Your wife isn't interested in you or sorry for what she did. She's just sorry she got caught. Redditor follow-up, you need to stop sweeping this under the rug. It's emotional cheating that definitely would have become physical if they had met up. Don't kid yourself on that. Low self-esteem people like him, hard for them to understand things. Redditor 5, you're not getting the whole truth, emo. Ike, if you ever will. You need to decide if you can put up with this behavior for the rest of your marriage. Since there appears to be a pattern. Her actions show a huge amount of disrespect. Redditor 6, same time she planned a trip with some female friends to this country and wrote him to meet her. They made plans for meeting, looking for a hotel. And then she went on a short trip. Was that short trip you mentioned the one to this guy's country where she was looking to meet him at a hotel? If it was, surely she met him, had S-time and then came back to you. Redditor 7, the libido is not the problem here. The problem is that she cheated instead of talking to you about her arousal and spice up things with her own husband. She cheated. Now it's time for you to decide whether you want to give love to someone who actually deserves it or waste her time with her current wife. Redditor 8, if this relationship is to survive, your wife needs skilled help. This is not an option, the alternative is divorce. She has learned you will accommodate her crap. She is a grown woman and has to be held to account for her choices. It's harsh but true, she is using you as a human S-time toy. You cannot live in the shadow of the warm-up act. Redditor 9, the interesting thing is this guy is a laborer without any education, divorced, has a child, from a pretty poor country. What does that have to do with anything? This makes it sound like you think she is with you because you have money. If that's the case, why even stay together? I wouldn't want anyone using me for money. Redditor follow-up, my guess is that he, like many of us, are always surprised when they cheat down. Sure, we've all heard it, but it's somehow even worse when you can't even rationalize, well, they were super hot or whatever. For me, it just added to the many questions I already had.